Welcome to another episode of Game Boy Roulette, where we take a look at randomly chosen games from the Game Boy library. Metroid II: Return of Samus. Oh really, where has she been? I've talked before about famous gaming series that I've never gotten into, and Metroid is one of them. Well, kinda, but we'll get into that in a minute. The first Metroid game was a landmark title in the action-adventure genre, encouraging players to journey through a maze-like environment to seek out power-ups to enhance Samus Aran's abilities. The series really came into its own with Super Metroid, often considered one of the greatest games of all time. But in between those two, Samus journeyed to the Game Boy to continue the story with Metroid II. This game actually introduced a lot of future staples of Metroid, such as the Spazzer and Plasma Beams and the Space Jump. And of course, this game was remade a few years ago for the 3DS, which pretty much directly led to the recent high-profile Metroid Dread. But onto my own personal story with this game, I actually had it as a kid, and I hated it. But that's not really fair of me to say. It was one of the first video games I ever owned, and I just didn't understand what I was doing, because I had never played a game like it before. So I would fight one boss, get stuck, give up, and switch to a simpler game. But recently I've been rediscovering the Metroid franchise, and I'm realizing just how fantastic it is. I've even gotten into Super Metroid randomizers, and I'm attempting to beat my speed record. In fact, no joke, I was planning on a full playthrough of Metroid 2 sometime in the next few months, so I guess you consider this episode a preview of that. Even if you don't know what Metroid is, the cover is enough to grab you. That excellent art of Samus ready to go on another adventure, the imposing font, the cool background, it's all part of what makes Metroid such an awesome franchise. Time for me to give this game its proper due. Grab the nearest energy tank, we're jumping into Metroid 2: Return of Samus. Ooh. Metroid 2: Return of Samus. Is there music? No, it's just the beeping, right. Let's do this. Right, there's no story in the game. Well, there is, but it's in the booklet, I believe. We start with the Morph Ball. Okay, so, Metroid. The story is, they have found a bunch of Metroids on this planet, and you have to kill them. There, I just recapped the story of the game. Oh, there's music. Excellent. So, like I said, I don't really remember that much about this game because I hated it so much as a kid. Is it a wall jump? There is not a wall jump. I hated it, but that's because I didn't understand it. So let's see how I do now. I don't think there's going to be a way to shoot diagonally. Oh. Oh! Oh, we start with missiles. I forgot about that. I feel like that's one of the first times in Metroid history where Samus has actually started with a power-up. Something tells me there's a secret over here, but I don't know where it is. Yeah, I'm having this, like, weird nostalgia where I remember this game, but I never got very far, but I still remember it. It's weird. I owe this game more. And I will say, just playing it now with, older eyes, it controls fantastic. The jumps are a bit floaty, but in the good kind of way, like Samus has always been, because, space. Oh, hi. Oh, this is a save point. Cool. Yeah, this game introduces a ton of stuff. The space jump, the Spazzer, the Plasma Beam. There's a bunch of stuff that comes up later in this game that was not in the previous Metroid, but would become, like, staples of the series. Whoa. Yeah. This way is the first Metroid. Like, I think the gimmick is there's 30 mutated Metroids that you have to kill. Or 30, or 39, yeah. Oh, it says right down there, duh. And then I'm gonna kill him, and there's gonna be, like, some power-ups right next to it. Yeah, it's right here. Found ya. No. Oh, God. We did it. Victory! Only 38 more to go. As I recall from just... Oh, I'm sure that's fine. And this, yeah, these are health and missile recharge stations. As I recall from just, like, seeing stuff about this game, this one is way more linear than other Metroid games. Like, you're in one area for a bit, and then once you have enough, you move on to an entirely new area. It's not like Super Metroid where you're gonna go, okay, I'm gonna go to Norfair for a bit. Now, oh, I have this, I can go back to Brinstar. Oh, I can go back to Meridia. No, this one is pretty straightforward, comparatively speaking. Okay, real talk. I never made it past here. This is where, as a tiny child, I would get very confused and angry, and I would turn on, I don't know, like Tetris or something. And if I recall, there's a room full of acids coming up, and that was the room I always got stuck in. Yep, this is the acid room. This is the one I would always get confused and stuck in. Let's see if I can figure it out now. Yes! It turns out you just jump to the right. Okay. I like how fast you can fire. Is there a jump scare coming? No, it's just a patented Metroid tower! Let's try this way. Okay, so I need to get bombs to get there. Is there a map? There's not a map. I am definitely into this. I mean, as you would expect. It's a Metroid game. Pretty much all Metroid games are great. Except for Other M. But we don't talk about that one anymore. It's a series I haven't really discovered until recently, and it's like, oh my god, I can't believe I'm missing this all this time. Oh, a door! Oh, this is good. We found something. A missile pack! Oh my gosh. Oh, that's a beautiful sound. It is difficult to be able to fully talk about a Metroid game in, 5 or 6 minutes. Because Metroid games are, they're big, they're expansive. But just compared to the other Metroid games I've played, yeah, this one's pretty good. Oh. Aha! Oh, energy tank. Alright. This game has energy tanks, so it's immediately amazing. Not much negative to say about it. It is a pint-sized Metroid game that's just doing everything that Metroid should do. And you know what? I promise I will be playing this game in full at some point. Someone remember to remind me of that, will you? Seriously, I really do need to play this game in full at some point. There are certain games where it's hard to get really deep into them through my limited playtime, and anything Metroid related is going to fall into that category. The franchise is known for games that start slow due to your lack of items and open up later, and 10 minutes just won't be enough to see all that. But still, just from what little I played, I could get a sense of this game, and yeah, it was just as fun as you would expect. For the Game Boy especially, the game looked excellent, not just with how Samus animated, but with a wide variety of unsettling enemy designs and the cool new Metroids as well. Plus, Metroid is known for its claustrophobic, maze-like environments as you explore its world, and the Game Boy was able to recreate that feeling with no real problems. But the most important thing is the gameplay, and this was Metroid through and through. Running around and shooting enemies controlled fine, but Metroid is about so much more than that. It's about exploring a massive level, looking for secrets in progression, but never feeling bored or lost. It's about when you find a massive new area and immediately set to work mapping it out and taking notes for when you return. It's about that amazing feeling when you find a Chozo statue and know that you're about to open up a whole new world of progress. Metroid is a fantastic series, and even with the limited hardware and slightly more linear design, Return of Samus still provided everything that makes Metroid so memorable. Okay, yeah, this one should come as absolutely no surprise, but Metroid II is worth your time. Not only is it a landmark title in the franchise, it's just a great Game Boy game, end of story. By the way, I'm serious, please remind me at the start of May to play the full game. I will forget otherwise. And that's all for another episode of Game Boy Roulette. Make sure to like the video, comment, and subscribe to follow the series as we continue to dig through the Game Boy vault. I'm Brian J, and I'll see you next time.